It was really important to me with this show that people found ways that they could engage with democracy outside of just voting. People have so often already made up their minds about things, and when you can come at it through like a different entry point, then that can hopefully like move somebody to understand it differently.
The decision to have a child and when to have a child is critical to one's personal agency.
And especially with the election coming up, we don't know what our rights will be or our bodily autonomy will be.
Because I think also people forget how intertwined it is. Because once you get rid of abortions, it just trickles down. Because Western PA, we only have 2 abortion clinics.
So many of these clinics have had to close because of the abortion part, and that was only one thing that they did.
It's not just about abortion, it's also about the right to have children and the right to family plan and the right to do it in a safe and healthy way.
We know that Louisiana is the center of the fight for abortion access.
To hear people's experiences where it's like they want to have a child, still not being able to get care in the South.
We are not just statistics or stories. These attacks on abortion access and reproductive care are life and death issues.
It's killing us, the fact that we don't have access to abortion care. We already had a Black maternal health crisis in the state of Louisiana, in Texas, in the Deep South.
What are you standing for if you're not standing for equity, reproductive justice, and reproductive freedom?
Hopefully we restore the right to bodily autonomy here in the state of Louisiana.
When women are well cared for, we know that families do better, children do better, society does better.
In Georgia, the maternal mortality rate is one of the highest in the country. Over half of the counties don't even have an OBGYN in the county.
For politicians, these laws are abstract, but for so many of us, this feels so very real.
In this mural, we're talking about 2 Black women who needed care and couldn't get access to them.
And if you see these 2 women who passed, you can't tell yourself that these stories don't matter.
Amber and Candy should be at home with their families, not memorialized here. They had medical conditions that we knew how to treat, and they deserve tenderness and warmth, privacy, and peace.
As we're facing increased attacks on our reproductive freedoms across the board, this is an opportunity for artists to come together and use their voices and tell stories about why this issue is so important to them and their communities and their families and their lives.
You guys know, being here in Wisconsin, you were on the front lines of the fight for abortion access.
When the Dobbs decision came down, we did not have that access here. There were people that had to be forced to carry that pregnancy because they couldn't get off work to go to Illinois. We need to make sure that we are protecting our rights to our body, our rights to be able to make decisions for ourselves, our right to be able to say, this is how I would like my life to move forward.
Our choice to have or not to have a child is just that, our choice, not the government's nor anyone else's. We won't stop fighting for our rights. We won't stop believing in a world where people have access to safe abortions, abortions without stigma, and affordable IVF treatment. We will not stop fighting for our bodily autonomy.